Hello, this is Sarah Soiledplant and welcome back to my channel. This video is all about the plants that I've killed in the last year. I have quite a few on this list and I will put a video next to me somewhere so that you can see the plants I'm referring to and kind of what they look like mid-killing, before I killed it, basically whatever footage I can find of the particular plant that I've killed. But let's hop into it. The first one on this list is the Philodendron Moonlight. Now this is a small plant that I bought for my terrarium. I'm very much a terrarium beginner for sure. And this Philodendron Moonlight was one that I decided to put into this terrarium. And of the 5 plants I put in the terrarium, this one died almost immediately. The other 4 are still alive and doing okay, not the best. But that one Philodendron Moonlight died just like instantly. I believe in the beginning I was overwatering it quite a bit because it ended up just like rotting away. So that's my best guess as to what I did to kill my tiny little terrarium Philodendron Moonlight. The next plant on this list I didn't kill, but I did give this away in hopes that someone could revive it. It was not doing well. It never looked good. That is my Philodendron Black Cardinal. For the life of me, I never got a single leaf to grow on this thing that was good and not wrinkly and not warped in some way. It just kept growing these mangled leaves. I couldn't figure out why. I thought maybe I was overwatering it. I thought maybe I was underwatering it, fertilizing it better, humidity. I tried everything, and just for some reason this plant hated me. So I just got rid of it before it officially died, but I'm putting it in this list anyway. The next plant on this list is going to be my Calathea Dottie. I technically had 2 of these. I had a bigger one and then I had bought a smaller one from plantarina.com. You know, not to bash her, I'm sure the plant would have been lovely, but I killed it so quickly. It was a small little 4-inch pot and it just kind of withered away to just kind of nothing. I have no idea what I did to this one, honestly. Probably watering with Calathea. I assume it's either spider mites or watering, because everything else I kind of handle with like humidity and things like that. And humidity doesn't really kill plants, just kind of makes them not look as nice. But this one definitely was just like, did not want it, and ended up killing this poor plant. The next plant on this list makes me very sad because it is the Stremanthia Triostar. I want a Stremanthia Triostar so bad. I want one that lives. I've tried buying small ones. I've tried buying like 6-inch pots. And I can't keep this poor plant alive. I'm trying so hard to make these plants happy. My other Stramanthias are doing okay. They have had their sort of trials and tribulations, but ultimately right now they are all doing very well. But my poor Triostar, I just can't keep these alive. I've already killed 2 of them. And I generally have a rule that if I kill the plant twice, I don't buy it anymore. And as of right now, I haven't bought a new Stremanthia Triostar, but that poor thing, like I want one so bad. I want a nice, beautiful plant. Maybe I need to buy a gigantic one, but I also don't want to spend the money because I might kill it. But that poor Stremanthia Triostar did not make it. The next plant on this list is my Croton Picasso's paintbrush. Croton Picasso's paintbrush. I don't know why that's so hard for me to say, but this is like my 5th attempt. Croton Picasso's paintbrush. Croton Picasso's paintbrush. I don't know, it just, my mouth can't quite do the thing that you need to do to say that. But yes, this Croton in particular, the Picasso's paintbrush, hated me. I don't think it spent a minute in my house where it was happy. From the second I brought it home, it was like, nope, nope, nope. Dropped leaves constantly. I was watering it like every 3 days. It was not enough. I had it in a south-facing window. Did not like me. And I was just like, you know, this is why I don't buy Crotons anymore. I bought that one thinking that like, if one would work, I would love this one to work, and it did not work. And, you know, lesson learned, I will not buy any more Crotons. I basically picked it up from the store, and within a month and a half, it was just like, done, no more, gonzo. The next one that I killed is the Alocasia Tiny Dancer. This one hurt my feelings a little bit. I love this plant. I love the little tiny leaves and how the growth comes from the stems. It's such a pretty plant. And I did have it for quite a long time. This one I lost 100% because of spider mites. The way that the leaf shape is, it makes like a little cup, and it just would they would live in that little dip of the cup, and I couldn't get anything down there. Even if I would like flood it with something, like it just would not get all the way in there, and I could not kill them for the life of me. And I do think a couple of the spider mite recurrences that I was having in my old greenhouse was because of this little tiny dancer, because I couldn't eradicate it from this poor plant. And this is one that I do think I would get again. I probably wouldn't keep it so close to some of my other plants. I would try to keep it a little bit separate, because if it does get spider mites again, I don't think I could revive it. If I was being honest with myself, I probably could have just cut it down to the base and started over, and that plant would have been okay. It wasn't to the point of decimation that I had to throw it away, but it was during a period where I was just so over this whole spider mite thing. I was over having bugs. I was over it spreading and spreading and spreading. And instead of just like getting a quarantine specially for that plant, I was just like, you know what? We're done here. I just didn't have the patience for it. So I tossed it, and there goes my Alocasia tiny dancer. The last one on this list, it just hurts my soul a little bit. I did really, really want this plant, and I will buy it again if I have to. But it is the Calathea White Star. I have been looking for one of these basically since I got into plants, and Calatheas were always some of my favorite plants. So since my Calathea collection started growing, I wanted one of these white stars. When they are full and new, they are so gorgeous. They've got kind of that ornata striping. They're a little beauty star-ish, but they are just like creamy white, and then they have that blush pink in the center, and it's so pretty. I love them. I bought 2 of these when I happened to see them in person, because they were like $24 a piece for a 6-inch pot. I thought that was a fairly good deal considering I'd never even seen them in person prior to that. So I decided to buy 2 just in case I had a spider mite issue. But while they were in quarantine from the plant store, you know, like before I distributed it to the rest of my plants, they had spider mites from the store. So they almost didn't even stand a chance. They ended up dying all the way back, and one of them died completely. The other one still technically has a couple of leaves, and I'm still watering it, but it's going to take at least another year for that one to recuperate, if it does. Rest in peace, that little Calathea White Star. Poor thing. I'm going to miss it. I really want another one of those plants, so if I see them again, I'll probably buy it, because that was just basically a fluke, and hopefully it won't happen in the future. But those are all of the plants I killed in the last year. There weren't like an insane amount of them. There were also quite a few plants that, you know, I had to chop all the way back and propagate and all that sort of thing. I had one of my several cuttings of Plumenii. I had to cut all the way back to nodes, and I ended up just like selling the nodes, and then the new growth from the base of the pot is starting to finally grow again. But I don't consider that killing, because I'm technically still in possession of the plant. It is not like I don't have this plant anymore. So that kind of thing I didn't really count, and plenty of that happened. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I haven't made more mistakes than just these plants. I have made dozens of mistakes with my plants over the last year. We're all constantly growing, learning, developing our own sense of plant ownership. So every year when I do these, it's almost like a reflection of what went wrong and what I've changed and things that I do better now. So I really enjoy these videos. I hope that's enlightening for you to know sort of which plants I've killed in the last year. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, I post videos every Thursday, so don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell, and I will catch you next time. Bye!